In a world full of secrets, one idea flutters just beyond belief. They say the birds are watching us. Not metaphorically, but literally. Because according to thousands of believers, birds aren't real. They're drones. Government surveillance disguised as wildlife. What if every chirp you heard on a quiet morning was more than just song? What if every bird perched on a power line was gathering intelligence? This isn't science fiction. It's a growing theory, or movement, that challenges our very understanding of the skies. The birds aren't real theory began in the late 2010s as an elaborate parody. But as satire tends to do, it started reflecting deeper truths, or at least deeper suspicions. The claim is this: between 1959 and 1971, the US government replaced over 12 billion birds with high-tech surveillance drones. These drones, according to believers, were part of a covert operation known as Project Waterbird, allegedly run by the CIA and Department of Defense. Declassified documents, they claim, were either buried or destroyed. But echoes of the project remain in urban legends, obscure photos and curious blueprints never verified by official channels. How would such a massive replacement be possible? The theory says the government used poison sprayed from aircrafts to eliminate bird populations on a massive scale. Entire species were wiped out under the radar, hidden beneath unrelated headlines. Once the skies were clear, factory-like facilities and underground bases allegedly began producing synthetic birds en masse. The process was mechanical, cold, and efficient. The result? Thousands of robotic birds released daily, made to mimic flapping, singing, migration patterns, and even nesting. Let's talk tech. How could these artificial birds operate without being noticed? According to believers, the answer lies in miniaturization. The so-called birds contain high-resolution cameras in their eyes, parabolic microphones in their beaks, and GPS trackers in their talons. They don't sleep. They recharge on power lines. They don't migrate. They reposition for surveillance zones. They're built to last, made with stealth materials, and regularly updated in secret installations hidden in plain sight. To the casual observer, it's all too ridiculous. But in today's world, where real bird-like drones exist for military use, is the idea really so absurd? Footage has surfaced of robotic pigeons used in warfare, surveillance owls equipped with thermal cameras. In China, even mechanical doves are flown to monitor crowds. The line between truth and fiction is blurry. By 2020, the birds aren't real movement had become a cultural phenomenon. Signs appeared at political protests. Billboards read, "If it flies, it spies." Teens wore t-shirts with pixelated pigeons and slogans mocking the FBI. But behind the humor, something unsettling took root. Some believed the theory exposed a deeper truth, that we live in a surveillance state, constantly watched, constantly tracked. Birds weren't the problem, trust was. Peter McIndoe, the creator of the movement, later admitted it began as a hoax, a form of performance art meant to parody misinformation. But once the theory took off, it gained a life of its own. People began connecting dots, real or imagined. They analyzed bird behavior, documented unusual mechanical sounds, shared videos of birds malfunctioning in midair, or freezing in place. Were they edited? Maybe. But in a digital age, belief spreads faster than facts. What does it say about us? That something born from satire can become belief. It speaks to an underlying fear, a distrust of government, a suspicion of silence, a hunger for control in a world full of uncertainty. Whether you believe birds are real or not, the theory reveals something deeper, that in the age of surveillance, no idea is too wild, and no conspiracy too outlandish to go viral. So, are birds really drones? Are pigeons really spies? Are your park photos captured by a hidden lens in a seagull's eye? We may never know. But the question lingers, because the fear is real. Not of birds, but of watching. Of being watched. Of knowing less than we think we do. The skies above us are full of life. Wings flutter, feathers fall, songs echo. But beneath the surface of it all lies a story of mistrust. A story of control. A story of modern myths and viral truth. Birds aren't real isn't just a theory. It's a lens. A way of looking at the world, where nothing is taken for granted. So next time you look up, ask yourself, what do you really believe? And who's really watching who? If you made it this far, you clearly have excellent taste. So why not make it official? Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and join the flock. Because fake birds and real laughs are just one click away.